words.
My beard's scraggly. What am I doing this morning? Let's go.
We're going to start with a magic show. It's called Hide the Chapstick, right?
Okay.
You know, like it's in this hand, it's this hand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a great musician, you know, he hides it. It's all sleight of hand. Like you don't know where it's going.
Okay.
And then it's gone.
Okay.
And if Ohio State does not win this weekend, Ryan Day might disappear and be gone. His legacy is on the line. Biggest game of the weekend.
Is it like a Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones situation where the chairman and president just stands up in the president's box and stares down at him constantly throughout the game, and then they scan up like, oh, there's an interception. Ryan Day might, because I get what you're saying. I think they have the highest collective amount of money in the collective, right?
$20 million roster.
If you can't fill the winner with 20 million, Ryan Day, something's wrong, right?
Yeah. It's like the first game of the NCAA tournament. You can't lose, even if you're expected to win. And Tennessee, my Vols, it's a tough test. Chip Kelly's going to have to scheme up something. Maybe Chip Kelly is the magician. I don't want to coach anymore. Poof. Ryan Day disappears. Chip Kelly's the head coach. Welcome to Big Ben and K-Win. Each week we broadcast live on YouTube. If you miss us, don't worry. You can download, listen, subscribe, 5 stars, anywhere you get your podcast. If you're watching this live or on demand, drop your comments below. If you're connected to us on social media, drop your comments. We read off mentions each and every week. And check us out on Spotify. We got video now. I'm K-Win. He's Big Ben. And like Patrick Mahomes, he's playing hurt this weekend.
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather, but that's all right. We'll keep going. I mean, if you're not under the weather between the months of December and January, I don't know what you're doing. You haven't left your house, figuratively. I don't know. I do like the whole Chip Kelly conspiracy theory. I like that one a lot. Vols 1-0 all time against Ohio State, so they do have their number.
Okay.
House money a bit with Tennessee, maybe.
Definitely house money.
House money. And hey, here's an idea. Here's a thought.
Let's hear it.
They won the men's baseball title this year, right? So they got a little riz going on, a little charisma in and around.
Momentum. Uncle Mo.
Momentum. Oh yeah, Uncle Mo. The match, I think it's the most intriguing matchup of the weekend.
It is.
In my opinion.
Do you want to start? Let's start with the game, go through, and then I got some NBA action.
Snoozer. Listen, I get it. These are two teams in Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, if you look at the map of who's going to watch this game tonight, there's going to be some, and then it's just going to dissipate. Like, I don't see myself watching this game tonight. If I'm going to use any equity I have to watch football, it's not going to be this game.
Well, I'm not going to waste any equity because I'm at a holiday party, and I'm just going to casually be in the living room watching TV as people are opening up gifts. So I'm not using any equity because it's J-Mo's friend. But I think it's going to be a great game. It's Notre Dame's dynamic running attack versus Indiana's. They've got a stingy defense. And both of them have played no one, and both of them have beat up on no one. So this is really anyone's game. I could see it going any other way or any way.
Do you think the head coach at Indiana, the guy that just is so pompous, I mean, he's backed up what he said, but do you think he called Southern Illinois and like, yo, what'd you guys do? Because
he definitely watched the tape.
Absolutely. And there's not a lot of intrigue around this game.
Outside of the state of Indiana.
Outside, yes, there's not. But I bet you Brian Kelly's kind of kicking himself, looking at where LSU was on the outside looking in. Notre Dame, you're right, hasn't played him. Indiana got their tail kicked by Ohio State. I don't know. This is that. If I was anyone, this is an easy out next round.
Yeah, against my Georgia Bulldogs.
Next, can we talk about how the fact that Georgia may not have their starting quarterback? Is this a Jordan Travis?
Well, before we move on, are you going Indiana or Notre Dame?
I hope it's a tie. No. Notre Dame's going to win by 10 plus.
All right. I'm going to Indiana.
Oh.
Riley Leonard can't really throw the ball. He doesn't throw it over 200 yards. The stingy rush defense of IU is going to contain the Irish. Okay. I go Carson Eddy. Upset.
Okay. Carson Eddy from Canada.
Yeah.
Go.
All right. Now we got SMU at Penn State. It is a whiteout at noon. Usually it's at night, but it's at noon. It's going to be a cold, cold game. Cheapest ticket too, $60 a ticket. We should have really gone to Happy Valley.
No. There's a reason you don't go to Happy Valley. You fly into Harrisburg, drive 4 hours, and it's a miserable. There's nowhere to stay. Um, I don't. It's interesting. SMU just got a gut shot, right? You watched a freshman kicker from Clemson hit a 53-yarder, and you don't know what happened, right? And then Penn State, a good formidable team. We watched them play Oregon in the Big Ten championship, went toe to toe.
Yeah.
So is it a bounce back game for SMU, or is it just? Remember, you don't want to poke the bear, and I think you poked the bear with Penn State a little bit. I think Franklin's a good coach.
Yeah.
SMU's kind of first time to the dance in any way, shape, or form. If anyone's got house money, it's them. But their quarterback's nice, but Penn State wins this game.
Yeah, I was going back and forth. I wanted to be the guy that said the hot take that SMU won so it could go viral, but I just don't see it happening. The two best teams SMU has played this year, BYU and Clemson. They lost to both of them. It's in Penn State, Abdul Carter, Tyler Warren on the other end. He's going to be a first rounder. I don't think you can stop him. He looks a little like Brock Bowers.
He does.
But here's my problem with SMU. Kevin Jennings, he's been turning the ball over late. I think he's going to turn the ball over this game. I got it. A close game, but Penn State's going to win.
SMU rides in there. I think the game's a little too big for, especially, the whiteout does a lot of things. But yeah, it's a tough, you can't get there to Happy Valley all that easy.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a factor as well, obviously.
All right, moving along. We've got, 1 o'clock game. We've got Clemson at Texas. Cade Klubnik. Say that 3 times. Cade Klubnik versus Quinn Ewers. The last time they played was in high school.
Ooh.
State title, and Cade won.
Ooh.
Supposedly they're friends, but I don't know how you can be friends with someone who beats you in the state finals.
Yeah, are you friends?
I wouldn't be.
You don't think you
I'd be like, yeah, I know him, but he's not my guy.
You pull a Caleb Williams. And just
but if I beat him this weekend, then we're friends.
Yeah, there you go, right? Revenge game. Yeah. Revenge high school game. Did you guys how he's psyching him up? Listen, guys, this guy beat me in high school. We got to get him, Clemson house money. If any team in this whole thing, the thing that I think Clemson has going for him is Dabo's been around these type of games.
Yeah.
He might understand how to play.
He's been in the playoffs 7 years.
Exactly. Sark, has he?
Last
Sark
year's run when they lost the Penn.
Yeah.
So a lot of those players are back.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it, Big Ben. Quinn Ewers. We might see Arch this game. Next year, will we see Quinn Ewers in the NFL or in the transfer portal?
You're going to make more money in college. Quinn Ewers is the prototypical guy where you look at it and go, am I going to go sit behind? Am I going to go run scout squad for let's just call it the Panthers, maybe, whoever.
On a rookie deal.
Yeah. Or am I going to go be QB1 at wherever, I want to go? It's Oregon would probably pitch him $2 million just to come hang out.
I heard the price tag is $4 million.
For Quinn, Johnny Mateer. So John Mateer was a quarterback for Washington State. As soon as he said he was going into the portal, he got $3 million from more than likely Oklahoma. So Quinn Ewers is probably a couple notches, maybe a notch and a half above Johnny in terms of what he can do for a team. So Quinn, the obvious answer is stick around in college.
Yeah, he came into this year. He was going to be a potential high-end first-round pick. Him, Cam Ward, and Shador. He's coming out. He looks like a second, third, maybe a fourth-round pick. I say go to Oregon. Go to Notre Dame. Go to Miami. Get paid and get that money because Arch is going to replace him. It might come this weekend. It might come next weekend. I was looking at tape. 2018, Big Ben. Natty. Bama versus Georgia. Bama had 2 quarterbacks. They had Jalen Hurts. They had Tua, who was a freshman, and we saw what happened. Tua came in overtime, led them to win. Jalen transferred. He didn't get any money because there's no NIL.
Yeah.
They both went on to be great quarterbacks. I think Quinn Ewers, he might be in the portal Monday morning, especially if they lose.
Agreed. It can happen that quick. See ya. I'm gone. I mean, there's already conversations probably happening in the background, to be honest, and that's just the way it is these days.
Yeah, so he can't really be focused in on this game.
No, no, the
And he's
Viking,
looking over his shoulder like, oh, where's
yeah,
Hutch?
the Vikings aren't calling him to compete with JJ McCarthy potentially next year, or Sam Darnold. Like he's getting calls from, to your point, Oregon, the upper echelon of the Big Ten and SEC.
I think Texas still wins this game. Clemson, I'm still worried about what they can do in a big time game, big time situation. I was in Atlanta. I saw Georgia play Clemson. They only put up 3 points against South Carolina, probably the second best team they played. They put up 14 points. Texas has one of the best defenses in the country. They have a great secondary. I just don't know how Texas is going to score with Quinn Ewers, but if my boy Arch comes in, could be the difference.
Okay, I see it. And then are we getting it? Can we get into Georgia now?
Let's get into it. Whoa. We got to go Ohio State, Tennessee.
Okay.
Ohio State, Tennessee.
I thought we were saving that one for the last. Or are we going chronological? Go ahead.
I just went through the 4 games. Indiana, Notre Dame.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Georgia's got some time to rest.
Yeah.
I got you.
That Dramamine.
Yeah, it is. What if Georgia gets someone out of the portal? Can they play right away?
No, not till next year.
Okay. All right. Vols, Ohio State.
So we've got the $20 million team, the best roster on paper against the best D-line. Tennessee's got a great D-line. It's going to be 13-degree weather. Ohio State can't try to play like Michigan. They've got to get in space. They got to use their assets. They got to use their weapons. It's going to be tough because if Tennessee brings the heat and Will Howard is under pressure, I don't think it's a good recipe. And on the other side of the ball, they got the best running game. Dylan Sampson. Nico's playing a lot better. A lot of advantage throws once they establish the run. Give me the Vols in an upset.
Will Howard played at Kansas State. You and I know what we want to say about the Big 12 and that conference there. This is a much bigger stage for him. And, as pressure comes on the coach, pressure definitely makes its way down to the players. It's tough to filter that type of, Mr. Day might have his job on the line. He's got to motivate these guys to the point where, like you said, Chip Kelly's got to draw something up where Mr. Howard can excel. I haven't seen Tennessee play all that much, to be honest. They kind of been quiet in the SEC, if you would, although had a very good year. I'm going to go with the narrative that the Vols come out and win this game too. Shocker, upset. J-Day gone. Chip Kelly, head coach. I like it. Let's do it.
Well, Tennessee's biggest advantage is Ohio State's biggest weakness. So Tennessee's got the best probably defensive line. Ohio State's missing 2 of their best offensive linemen, their center and their O-line. That's why they got to scheme up some crazy things to keep the pressure off of them. I don't think that they're going to be able to do it. So give me the Vols. I think all the pressure in the world is on Ryan Day and the Bucks. And I just don't think they're going to do it in Columbus.
Yeah, you play tight, right? Like, the Vols in there, or the going into the game, the Vols are probably saying, we have got nothing to lose. No one expects us to really win this game. And that's when you're dangerous. The man who has nothing to lose is the most dangerous man in the room.
Ooh, sounds like that's Nico Imaliala from Tennessee. Quarterback playing better. He's making more better decisions.
Yeah, you talked about momentum. If you're Nico, the one thing you're being told right now is don't lose the game.
Yeah.
Don't try to do anything that
hand the ball off to Dylan Sampson.
Exactly. Like get the running game established early on.
Well, he's going to have to run the ball. It's 13 degrees.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true. Yeah. I get you. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that the weather actually might line up and be an advantage for Tennessee more so than Ohio State.
I think so.
Okay. Are you wearing sleeves in 13-degree weather?
I am, because I'm soft and I'm from Southern California, but I would think my teammates would not.
No sleeves, huh?
No sleeves.
Just like hand warmers throughout the pads just to keep you warm. I got you. Exactly. Listen, it's interesting. I think Christmas is on a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get great football, and then you get Christmas, and then you get great football again.
Well, here's the thing with this weekend. It's college football playoffs versus the NFL because we've got 2 Saturday games against the NFL going head to head. I'm going to watch both.
I would love to see a timer on how much football you watch versus me, like the clock timer. I
Well,
think I'm
you've got a
probably,
kid, so
well,
I'm
yeah,
clearly going to watch more.
yes, but
But how
relative,
much
right?
more?
How much did the kid cost me? That'd be interesting. How
You want
much
me
does
to
the kid
time it
actually?
this weekend?
I do. Get yourself a stopwatch. I'll get mine. I'll
Okay.
probably clock in about 22 minutes.
Clocking about 22 hours.
You wanted to talk NBA.
Yes.
I want to talk
So
NBA. Go.
in 1966, there was a famous cartoon, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, yes.
They made a
The new
movie, I
one.
think in the 2000s. Jim Carrey's in it. I think Will Howard made the movie. They're coming out with the sequel this Wednesday on Christmas Day. It's called How Roger Goodell Stole Christmas.
Wow.
Because the NFL is coming to Netflix. They're taking share away from the NBA. Last year, I think it was on Monday. So the NFL played around, oh, it's Monday night. We got to do it. The year before it was Sunday. Now they're coming right at the NBA on Christmas. All-star lineup. Beyonce's doing the halftime of the Texans game. They've got every personality, if you think of like Kay Adams, Laura Rutledge, Mina Kimes, JJ Watt, Bert
Yeah.
Kreischer from Netflix is coming on. Like, it is going to be an epic worldwide show if Netflix can figure out how to maintain the bandwidth and the streaming.
You saw them instances, reserved instances, right?
Reserve
Getting
this. They
a
need
lot
it.
of reserved instances.
But
Yeah.
here's my point in all of this. The NFL is coming after you, Adam Silver. What are you going to do? You need to figure out a way to talk to your broadcasting team and incorporate flex scheduling. Because the NBA slate on Christmas, 5 games, does not look good, Big Ben. You've got the Sixers versus the Celtics. That looked good in August, but Joel Embiid is not playing. PG isn't playing well. I ain't watching that game. And then you've got the Lakers versus the Warriors. That seems like a West Coast playing game between the 9 and 10 seed. I want to see younger players. I want to see OKC. I want to see Houston. I want to see Cleveland. Flex it out, flex it in. That's where the NBA went round. Their ratings are down. People are jacking up threes. And the only thing I'm jacking up is my Netflix channel to watch the NFL.
So this is where the NFL did it right. There's cord cutters out there. I remember going, this is what I used to do. I used to go to my Aunt Betty's all the time, and we had this small, 12-inch, CRT or whatever you want to call it, the tube TV. But it still got NBC, it still got ABC. So we could watch basketball, right? So it was, passively in the background. These days, no one has cable. Everyone has Netflix, right? Yeah. So if you're choosing between one thing or the other, NFL is going to be front and center, right? You're not going to be trying to track down the Sixers versus Celtics. That is brutal. I agree with you. I think the NBA tried to put their best foot forward, but they're going to get buried by the NFL. You're exactly right.
Like the NFL is so far ahead with like the Prime games and the Netflix. Like you can see the way it's going. It's going towards streaming. It's not going back to NBC. It's not going back to TNT.
No.
Those things a couple years from now, it's going to be an afterthought. It's just going to be Netflix and Prime
and this is going to cement it, right? A lot of people were like, because you got 17 weeks in NFL, 18 weeks. NBA, you got 82 games.
Yeah.
But what we're going to see here is a lot of people love personalities. To your point, you listed everyone that's going to be on. That draws people in. Oh, I want to see so-and-so. I want to see so-and-so. So all of a sudden your demographic of people that are coming in it's vast, right?
Well, and great for Netflix too, right? They're going to tap into their stable of their actors and actresses,
yes, exactly.
and TV shows, and it's going to be more of like a Super Bowl type of an event.
Yeah, exactly. And the NBA is always like this, they roll the ball out and watch these guys play. I agree with you 100%. Like the NBA, and how do you overcome the NFL? Like it's just a giant.
You can't. When it's head to head, you lose.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to figure out their All-Star game. The NBA Cup was, they try to run a all NBA Cup team out there. No one cares. No one cares, especially around this time. Christmas is going to be sitting around, and everyone's going to have a taste of, or at least an attractive reason to watch that NFL game.
Yeah. So I know you're on a tight schedule this morning. Want to do some social media mentions and get out of here?
Let's do some mentions.
Okay.
You go first. I got to.
All right, I got to go. We have so many. I got to scroll through my DMs right now. All right, we're going to start with fantasy football. Last week, it was win or go home. And at Holty89, at Holty89 on TikTok, he said, played Cup and Jennings. It's over for me. That was after the stinker Rams 49ers game. And you started Cooper Cup, Jenkins,
0.
or even Isaac Guerrero. You did not do well. So great
Nil.
shout out. Good luck next year. Hopefully it's a dynasty league and you keep neither one of them.
I got a question for you, just on the fantasy topic tip, whatever you want to call it. Patrick Taylor Jr.
Yeah.
Do I play him?
What are your other options?
Brian Robinson Jr., Chuba Hubbard, or Devin Onche.
And how many of those can you play?
I have 3, and Patrick Taylor would have to supplant one of those.
I think you go H-in over Patrick Taylor because the Niners defense hasn't stopped any running backs.
That's not the question. How about Brian Robinson Jr. at Philly or Patrick Taylor Jr. in Miami?
Go Patrick Taylor.
You think so?
Do it.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I got to win.
That was a trap question for you because I wanted to get all eyes on fantasy football because I think we have a little bet, total points, and the season's over. I think you owe me a hat.
I do owe you a hat. You send me what hat you want.
How about I just buy the hat?
No. You have to send me because listen, that Vols hat you're wearing right now, solid. Who chose that? Me. Did you? Or no, did you choose that?
Okay. But you know what? I want you to choose it this year.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple options of what I like, and then you choose it and surprise me.
A deal.
We'll tell our fans right now it's going to be OKC Thunder, the Houston Rockets, or whoever wins the CFP play.
I'm going to get you a bucket hat. That's what I was going to do too. All right, I got to mention is SGA Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's MVP. Is this his MVP season? At Poppy, Papi, Tozain, Tozain. Shaq deserves MVP this season. People are forgetting he's averaging an efficient 30 ball. Shai. He's averaging an efficient 30 ball. Here's the difficulty with SGA. He's not flashy. He plays the mid-range game. Like he's not someone where he's not on ESPN nightly. Like, unless you're showing fadeaways, crossovers, floaters, like that's just not sexy. But if the Thunder get the number 1 seed again,
without Chet for most of the season,
well, let's look at his competition these last few years. It's been Embiid, it's been Joker, it's been Doncic, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum to a lesser extent. I think he knows he has a window to win it this year. Especially with Hardenstein back. If they get Chet back, I mean, he's going to be opened up to do a lot more things. He's probably being asked to do a little too much now. But
yeah, I think the Boston votes will get split between Tatum and Brown. Embiid isn't playing. Doncic isn't playing as well, and the team isn't playing well. Joker, his stats, he should get it, but they're going to have a little fatigue with him. I don't think they're going to vote him just because they want something different.
Yeah, I got you. All right, do we wrap things up here? You got one more mention?
Let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. Magic Mind. Make sure you sharpen your mind. Get a little bit more positive energy. Click on the QR code and follow us at Big Ben KWin _, at Big Ben KWin _, wherever you get your social media. Download, listen, subscribe, 5-star us. Drop your comments below, during, and after the show. Watch us each week live on YouTube. And let's go Vols.
Is this the Vols? Do they do this?
That's USC.
It's USC. What would the Vols do? V? The flying V?
Yeah.
All right. So
they go Rocky Top. Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Wow. Boom.